Hello. Hey. So my name is Amber Lidico. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about some popular Disney fan theories. So I went live on Instagram a few days ago and I got talking to my viewers about conspiracy theories, and we started talking about the Phineas and Ferb theory that's going out there. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to research more and we are going to have a talk about them. So the first conspiracy theory that I want to talk about, or the first fan theory that I want to talk about, is one about the hit TV series Hannah Montana. So Hannah Montana, played by Miley Cyrus, is a girl who lives partly a normal teenage life, and then the other half of her life she lives as a pop star. So when she's a pop star, she has a blonde wig on, and when she's not, she has a normal hair. You already know anyway. But the fan theory is that the theory goes that Miley Stewart and her dad, Robbie Ray, moved to California, and Robbie thought, well, it's going to be really hard for Miley to live a normal life because she's part pop star, so he decided to hire some actors to play her friends, being Lily Truscott and Oliver Oken. So he also, the theory also says that he does this so that when she does tell people she's Hannah Montana, because she feels like she has to, at least it's Lily and Oliver who he's paying to be her friend and who he can trust and knows that, you know, they won't spread her secret. And I thought that one was really weird. I don't believe it, but I think it's such a good theory. I think it's really cool how much people sort of go into it. I never would have come up with that theory in a million years, but I actually really like it. I don't wish it's true because that would be really sad, but it's just cool. So the next one is one that I have heard of, and you've probably heard of it too, but it is about the show Lizzie McGuire. And the theory is that the show documents a schizophrenic girl's adventures in the public school system. The show starts in middle school because middle school is usually around the onset of puberty, and schizophrenia often begins to manifest itself around puberty and adolescence. Which, I mean, I don't know if it's been confirmed if it's true or not. I doubt that it's true, but I think, again, it's a really good theory, and it might not be so bad if that was true, I guess, because there aren't really there's no schizophrenic, Disney star, but maybe that's what people struggling with schizophrenia need. I don't know. I don't have schizophrenia, so I don't know, and I don't know much about schizophrenia, but wow. That's deep. That's really deep. I might just leave that one there. One that I hadn't heard of is that Emily from Toy Story 2 is actually Andy's mum. If you don't remember who Emily is from Toy Story 2, Emily is Jessie, little Jessie with the little hat, her owner, or her original owner before she, gets the ass. When Andy is playing with Woody in the original Toy Story, he's actually wearing a Jessie hat, not a Woody hat. Did he inherit the hat from his mum? And does he own those vintage toys because Emily reliving her childhood via the Roundup gang? What? And does he own... Oh, because Emily's reliving her childhood via the Roundup gang. Okay, yep. Also, Emily's childhood room decor was 1960s flower power, and Toy Story came out in 1995, which would make Emily in her 30s. Perfect age to have a 6-year-old kid. And what creeps me out is this one kind of makes sense, because Jessie wouldn't really recognize her as she's so much older now. When she last saw her, she was a child. So that's pretty crazy, and it would make sense for Andy to have those toys and be so obsessed with those toys like his mum. That's really cool, because I think that it'd be really nice if that all tied together like that, the characters all tied together like that. I also think that it's really nice if Jessie did get to reunite with Emily, even if she doesn't know it. I know it's just a movie, but it's a good, it's a childhood movie, you know what I mean? And I feel like it would be really nice to see Jessie reunite with Emily. I think that's really cool. So that's a really nice lighthearted theory. The next theory isn't so lighthearted and is bound to hit you in the feels. So this next theory is that Carl actually dies at the beginning of Up. I haven't heard this one before. I don't know if you've heard this one before, but it's pretty crazy. So this is what the internet says about that theory. It says that the first few minutes of Up are a harsh dose of reality. We need a box of tissues just thinking about it. So it's weird that the rest of the movie is filled with magical elements like flying houses and talking dogs. One explanation, Carl actually passed away the night before he was going to be taken to Shady Oaks, and the movie follows his journey into the afterlife. Doesn't that make sense? So basically, the scene where he wakes up in the morning, he's going to have to go to the retirement home, he died that night. And then when, you know, in the afterlife, he's put balloons in his house and he's going to where him and his wife said they would go together one day. And I think that theory makes sense to me because like everything was so sort of like normal and realistic in the movie, and then just bam, like balloons making the house fly. That seems pretty crazy to me. The fact that his wife died like right at the beginning of the movie, that was just like, like we could not handle any more deaths in that movie. Like that was it. And if they did actually kill him as well, I think they know that like, So if they subtly did it, that would make more sense. So, the next theory I want to talk about is one that's probably going to hit you in the feels again. This is a Finding Nemo theory. This theory is that Nemo didn't survive the attack that killed his mother and his siblings. So, if you remember like the opening sort of scene, I think it's the opening scene of Finding Nemo where Marlin and Coral are together and all that, and then a big fish comes and attacks all their eggs. And the only egg that survives is Nemo. So some people actually believe that Nemo didn't survive that attack, and the movie is about Marlin experiencing the different stages of grief. So let's start with the fact that Nemo in Latin actually means nothing. I had no idea. Obviously, I don't know Latin, but that kind of makes it a little obvious that maybe Nemo did die. Secondly, the 5 stages of grief are clearly mapped out within that movie. The first stage being denial. This is shown when Marlin doesn't want Nemo to go to school. The second being anger, when he yells at Nemo when he swims out too far to touch the butt. The third is bargaining, which is his entire journey across the ocean to find Nemo. Fourth, despair. This is when he sees Nemo flush down the drain. And the last being acceptance, when he finally decides to let go of the past. The fact that they provided the stages of grief with examples, that's what makes it... There's a puppy. Okay. So the fact that they include the 5 stages of denial and... Are you done? So the fact that they provide the 5 stages of denial and examples really makes it a lot more realistic and a lot easier to believe. So, the last theory I'm going to be talking about is one about Peter Pan, which I'm sure you've heard about. It's a very popular theory, and this is that Peter Pan is the angel of death who holds children's hands while they make their way to heaven, aka Neverland, when they die. That is why they never get older, because you can't grow up when you're dead. Here it says, don't believe this theory? Well, author J.M. Barrie left the ownership of the original story to a children's hospital. He'd read it to kids who were terminally ill so they wouldn't be afraid of dying. It makes sense that it was done for kids who are terminally ill to show them that when you die, it's not like a bad, scary place. It's Neverland. It's a happy place with Peter Pan, and you don't have to be scared if it's something you can't avoid, you know what I mean? But okay guys, let me know what you thought of that video. Did you like the theories? Had you heard of all these theories before? Do you have any other theories that you want to mention down below? Let me know. I'm thinking I'll do another, like a different sort of conspiracy theory video where it's not Disney related, Or if you want another Disney related one, I could find heaps more theories, so just let me know. Yeah, so comment, like, subscribe, please. If you want to turn on my notification bell thingy, you can do that, but you don't have to, that's okay. If you could share this with your friends who love Disney, that would be really good too. I'd love to get my channel out there and be noticed by more people. That would be really, really cool. So yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. For me, it really means a lot. I'll see you hopefully next week. Bye guys.